So welcome to this 30-minute session on reinventing your business in the digital marketing frontier. Today, I'm here to bring a new perspective to navigating the global pandemic with a little intellectual ingenuity, some good old-fashioned American optimism, and a little creativity from a technology-forward perspective. Again, my thanks to the San Diego Chamber of Commerce, Lisa and Karen, for giving me this opportunity to spend time with you today in this session. I encourage all chamber members to ask your friends, families, partners, or even clients and customers to be, as business owners, to join the Chamber of Commerce. The success of all small business is all of our collective responsibility. So who's the cocky Black American in front of you? Well, my name is Doug Younger, and I'm a husband, father, preferably in that order, with 3 toddler sons, 20 years of marketing experience, having traveled over 1 million miles in over 40 countries in a variety of corporate roles related to marketing. I'm also the founder and CEO of 3 Steps Forward, a full-service marketing consulting and creative agency focused on helping early startups and entrepreneurs succeed with marketing, of course. Our mission and beliefs are driven by social responsibility for small business, and hence the topic of today, how we're going to get to work on reinventing your small business. So, the learning objectives of this session include the perceived versus actual problems that you as a small business owner will find yourself to face daily, theories to help you find your unique value proposition, how to take control of your narrative online, how to make sense of what is going on in social media, and advanced approaches for outreach using some novel technologies. In respect of time, as well as respect to fellow chamber members, feel free to add your questions, comments, and insights in the chat. Yes, don't worry. I have it open, I can see it, and I'll be watching real time. So let's talk first about the perceived problem of regaining our confidence. You see, 2020, in all real talk, is quite the challenging year for all of us. Many of us felt and still have the fears of change due to the global pandemic, interpreting tax laws like the CARES Act, no response on EIDL, confusion with PPP loan forgiveness, regulations on how you can practice your business. Hey, some of us are even experiencing self-doubt. I mean, is this business venture going to ruin me, my employees? Many of us even have nostalgia for previous times. I mean, 2019. Let the good times roll, baby. I mean, in all honesty, things were great. And now things are challenging. But to tell the real truth, things weren't totally great in every way. Perception isn't always reality, as we may even remember. I mean, wildfires are worse than they were before. The largest civil rights movement in the 1960s. And our political culture is so divisive now. That didn't happen overnight. Look, it's just a question of your belief. Are you a glass half full kind of person? Personally, I think that's the American way. It's the small business owner way. We have to regain our confidence. It starts with you, then it goes to your employees, improving your value offering, and then to your clients and your service and your customers, okay? So let's talk about the real problem. The great task in life is finding reality. Perception isn't reality, right? Wrong. Let's talk about the facts. Being a small business owner is a calling in life. You see, a certain percentage of small business fails. No government stimulus this year, no packages, certain industries in particular are affected. Even certain groups and geographies are disproportionately affected, like my own. It can seem overwhelming at times, but let's talk facts with some statistics from Fundera. 20% of small businesses fail in their first year. 70% of small business owners fail in their 10th year. So some of us may not make it. Why is that, Doug? Well, 42% fail because there's no addressable market need. And 29% actually run out of cash. It's understandable. The lenders aren't lending like they used to. Well, some of you may say, hey, I'm resilient. I'm in a resilient industry like construction or transportation. Well, the truth is food services had an 85% survival rate in the first year. And then now with this pandemic, all that's changed. The reality has changed. So what's the solution? Develop a winning attitude. Now we're talking about the American way. And as small business owners, we aren't going to just give in to fear or doubt or dreams of better times or uncertainty of the future. Listen, you've got a great product, a service that customers need. You survived this long, so it's time to think about fresh tactics, new ways to describe your business, new methods of outreach, new ways to dive into the deep end of the digital pool, like Yelp reviews or TikTok at my age. Oh my God. To start you on your journey to your digital new future horizon, I think it's fitting to start with an old concept called know thyself. You see, that indicates mankind, or actually the better kind, womankind, must stand and live according to their nature. You're a business owner. There's no accident in you surviving this long. The path to reinvention, or your blue ocean, is so special to you, and there's no technology required for that. It's just good old-fashioned value creation. Small business owners solve problems. We create value. And let's talk about how you can characterize your own value. Positioning your business for success. You see, value created by your business, perceived by your customer, is your advantage. Meaning the relative quality, your company's reputation, your product, your service, they're all perceived by what customers can easily find. Most importantly, from their perspective and in their words. So it's all about matching your best service with your best customer. And at the lowest common denominator, your service or product plus your best customer is gonna make you money. You see, Apple recently really got it right now with the Apple Watch Series 6, despite historical criticism of the whole watch thing. Clear, simple, and formulaic, as you can see. Looks easy, right? Wrong. Something that Apple did that is very effective is that their best customer, as they knew it, wasn't price sensitive, meaning obviously they want to be healthier. So the Apple Watch 6, unique selling point, blood oxygen level monitoring. Simple. Sounds complicated, but simple. Marketing claim, the future of health is on your wrist. Argument, a healthier, more active, more connected lifestyle. Well, here we go. They don't need rationale for pricing proof points. They don't need, if anything, like an economic return on investment argument. They were smart enough to know that their best customers want to experience a better life. And this is the kind of insights that we want to build for your business. So let's play a game. See, I like games. I want you to think about your best customer. You pick the criteria. They're loyal, they tip a lot, they're an enthusiast, they refer, or even they give you those much needed Yelp reviews. No, I need them. First, think about what specifically they enjoy, use, or value about their product or service. For bragging rights, feel free to write in the chat so you can share with everyone else. If you have any insights that, why your customers like your service, just go ahead and write in there. Anybody, feel free, it's open, you can do it. So what else? Nobody's feeling brave today, but that's okay. So what else do you know about them? Well, do you know their first name, their last name, where they worked? Are they married? How old are they? Did they drive to your location and where? You see, what you're starting to do is build a persona. What you need is for your best customer to become your friend. In the marketing trade, we would say this is CTQ, or critical to quality, in finding your best customer and giving them your best service. Or in other words, your unique selling point. If you're going to go digital, you're going to need both. So, oh, very good. Very good. That's very good, Patricia. Thank you for that input. Okay. So now let's start talking about unique selling points. What makes you special? And you know what? Let's use a universal example. Chocolate. I mean, nothing technology forward about good old-fashioned trans fats and carbs. Now that's the American way. 3 chocolate bars are in front of you with completely different attributes. There's the impossible chocolate bar, 0 calorie. There's the chocolate bar proven to be the world's best flavor with injected synthesized vanilla designed for your taste buds. And you know, for some of you out there, that superlative best in the world, that's a no-no. Sounds like the kind of marketing fluff that normally I would do, or shouldn't do, I should say. Number 3, the chocolate bar proven and imbued with 1800 proof tequila. Now, the question is, which chocolate bar is the best? And now I'm going to get everybody off the bench and in the game. So please enter in your chat your vote for the best chocolate bar. And please don't be like me, one of those people that doesn't like chocolate. I mean, the truth is, you know, we all love chocolate, right? Oh, here we go. Here we go. So Brittany is, why not all 3? Look at that. She went for the grand slam. That's a smart answer. Then chocolate bar number 2, I see for some. Number 3, oh yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be happy hour here really fast. So let's talk about this. Actually, I think Brittany's kind of smart. You see, you're all right. Whichever perspective you prefer, each attribute is great, but quite subjectively, it depends on what's the desired value you care most, or what the customer or the buyer of the chocolate bar wants most. Do you want great taste? Are you on a diet? Or do you just want to get your best customers drunk, which isn't very responsible? Try to think of your products and services out there in the digital world in this way. You have certain attributes, but you need to think back to who's your best customer. Which one do they care about and are willing to pay for? And are you being really clear in your message about your great attribute? And are you sending the right message to the right audience? Now, controlling your narrative is an art form within itself. Now that you have a best customer in mind and the unique selling point, special candy bar, it's time to roll the dice and select a social channel of choice to focus on an online campaign. Key word being focus. This campaign needs to leverage your relative SWOT, or in the business school term, strength, considering your weaknesses, and your opportunities, acknowledging that you got some threats. We all have it. I'm sure we have a few restaurant, food service, and food truck owners out there facing the emergency of home delivery and new methods to share your craft, right? Like me personally, I watch a lot of barbecue pit boys on YouTube, which that's a method to get your craft and your recipes out there. So you have to consider a lot of pathways to tell your story. In my example here on this slide, I chose Korean barbecue. Why? Because I love it. Choosing a social channel to focus on your campaign is a similar experience to going for Korean barbecue. Don't fill up on all the side dishes or you'll run out of room for the main course. You learn that here. So what you can see here is I've broken down all the social channels relative to their primary attributes. You can see some are social networking, personal, like Facebook, or professional, like is in LinkedIn. You can see there's multiple video sharing platforms, YouTube, Vimeo. You've got interactive media. So TikTok is all the rave now, but Snapchat's been around and there's things to do it. If you're kind of more of a long form written person and you like blogging, Tumblr and Reddit are both those platforms. I'm not here to stand in front of you to tell you to take all the platforms. I'm here to tell you, take control of your narrative where you're strong. If you have amazing staff in your kitchen, make sure you make them famous and put the recipes out in the mediums that make the most sense. If there's a review site or online delivery, yeah, you want to promote them on those channels. So this is an important concept. Next. Oh, we may have a question in the chat here. Let's see. What's the best way to figure out your best customer? What sort of metrics do you recommend? Well, look at that. You know, that was just an amazing assist move from Lisa here. Let's talk about metrics and, more importantly, social media performance, okay? If I continue down this Korean barbecue restaurant example, how can you determine the success of your social media, right? Well, social media is interesting like that. There are a lot of criteria of success, many of which depend on your initial goals and content available to create performance. Based upon our previous campaign, here's some KPIs to look out for. Let's talk through a few of them and how you can look at your own social media critically and if you're accomplishing your goals. So for Facebook, click-through rate is a big one. This can contribute, if you're SEO, and we'll get to that, on your website is correct. That means on your Facebook, any posts you create will lead to actual click-through to your site. If you look at LinkedIn, LinkedIn's good for engagement, which is an aggregate indication of them sharing your content, liking your content, doing multiple things. YouTube is about views or viewership, right? If you're going to make that Caribbean jerk chicken that's made you famous, you probably want a YouTube video about the whole process. TikTok is all about a number of followers, as is Tumblr. And DoorDash, at the end of the day, power to the people. It's about your Dasher review score. You want a high rating. Now, how do you determine what's your best customer? Again, this goes back to knowing yourself. You know your unique value. You know now a way that your best customers can interact with you, and you have a quantifiable measure of whether they are interacting with you using social. Okay, so this is important. Cool. Okay, next. Okay, now it's going to get personal, guys. You don't need to put lipstick on the pig if you master search. Okay, and now we're talking about your website. Okay, so it's personal. I get it. You know, nobody wants to be told their baby's ugly. The truth is, I'd actually rather have a poor website with great SEO, SEM versus a great website with poor search. You see, the latter is more common than you think. Small business owners all have a challenge with your website experience. Content is expensive, updates are infrequent, traffic is, in many cases, if you're the owner, inadequate. And at the end of the day, a great web experience is hard work. Now we're talking SEO. It's a necessary evil. You have to do it. Why? Because SEO is the terminology that customers and people seeking you use to find your service. So you need to really give strong indication of keyword analysis, keyword search terms, meaning when they go in Google, what do you think they're going to type in to find you? And meta key terms, which will be built on your site. It means your site, your offering in literal language has to be coded in an SEO engine or a paid SEM engine for you to get better results. Okay. Now, so here's a great one. I love this one. So how did Alexa know that I went to the shoe store, right? How is it that I'm getting recommendations in my email about shoes? I'm seeing Zappo, I'm seeing all these things, and I was just in a Nike shoe store 30 minutes ago. Or here's another one. How am I getting Fandango pop-ups? I just went to see a limited release showing of Tenet. How do they know? Well, You just got geofenced. Geofencing essentially means you pass through a virtual perimeter where a marketer somewhere out there created a virtual advertisement in a little bitty data packet that went on your IP address of your smart device, your iPhone. This is a very useful, potentially invasive, but legal form of advertisement, as it doesn't require a subscription or established audience. It's tied to the real world movement of your potential customers. So let me break this down for you. It means you can target via zip codes or where people commute in their work patterns, where they work out, where they vacation. It's called geofencing. Really innovative form of marketing. Okay, next. It's going to get even more complicated now. Native advertising. Just when you thought your privacy rights were taken with geofencing. I mean, come on. Here comes an adaptive, hard to see new form of advertisement called native advertising. You wouldn't even know it's there. It adapts to what platforms you're using and it flows. Sometimes it's a banner. Sometimes it's a pop-up. Sometimes it'll show up in Google search. Sometimes it'll show up in a blog. It contributes to the old of, I have a taste for a Burger King Whopper, but I don't know why. It's not subliminal messaging. This is a technology called native advertising. Fairly new, very effective, legal in the United States, not legal everywhere else. So definitely think about this one if you're an international-based business owner. I get it. This is a lot to take in. In conclusion, preparing your small business for the digital marketing frontier is an important aspect of business practice. Please recall, there is no technology that can give you confidence, that can tell you your value proposition. I can't even do that. We have to, for my clients, we work with them to build it. But your best customer or your unique selling point, this is unique to you. This is your story. But once you know them, or you get somebody to help you apply them, then you can use some cutting edge technology that we talked about. Social media, search, geolocation coordinate based advertising, technical jargon terms like this. You see, a Google search on many of these technologies will show you multiple models to adding them to your, social activity or to your marketing proposition. Try it out. Search for it. You've got nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. And then for small business owners, I'd like to break down even a little bit more in terms of certain takeaways you should be, or questions you should be thinking about after this session. Okay. 1, for value proposition. Hopefully in many of you as small business owners, which I've learned as I'm a new small business owner, keep it simple, stupid, or keep it stupid, simple from the old 1960s Navy concept. It's a great way to understand complex things and to disseminate that across your staff or employees. So let's keep it simple. Value proposition. What value do you deliver, right? And go beyond low prices. Some of you may say, oh, I have a low price offering. No. We're talking about what problem are you trying to solve? 2, who's your best customer? Was a question that Lisa asked earlier. All your employees will know this person intimately. Anybody related to your business you can ask, they will know who the best customer is. If they're really frontline, they're really close to it, you'll just know. What can you do that others can't? That's the secret sauce. That's your recipe. You don't want everybody to know that. And then 4, how can you control the narrative, right? That means controlling the narrative. First, pick your poison. Are you going to do TikTok? Are you going to do Facebook? But no matter what you choose, play to win. Lead with one channel, and then the others will follow suit. What's your metric? Well, what's your killer stat? We talked about performance. Do you want likes? Do you want views? Do you want comments? Define what success looks like before you get in, or you'll waste a ton of money, okay? How can your customers search for you? We talked about SEO. Google, maybe they do Google Maps and they drive around. Maybe there's some app that recommends you, and you need to try to get on rankings for that app. Where are your customers? Where are they? Now you need to become the Dark Knight. Now it's time for you to do the detective work. What mix comes from what local area? And what content do your customers read or consume? And that's an important point. If they watch The Bachelor or they're watching some local sports team, you want to integrate that into your storefront or intimate experience. So to end this session, I hope this session had a little something for everybody. I mean, acknowledge we only have 30 minutes. As you can see from my passion, I love this marketing stuff. It can complement your business, even your life, and be instrumental in building COVID resilience for your small business. I acknowledge we had a short amount of time. I would love to field more webinar sessions, so please pass any positive feedback or even comments, even constructive criticism to Lisa and Karen. I recorded this session and I will supply it to the chamber as well. I appreciate everyone's time and attention. I love to fill some questions in the chat and real time. Again, my name is Doug Younger, founder, CEO of 3 Steps Forward, a marketing company. Okay. Oh, look, the chat is just rolling here. So one question from another one from Lisa is, how much should we consider competitor strategies versus plowing forward with our own? I love it. I love it. Okay. One, this is some of my old experiences from GE. Personally, I was taught a front runner in pole position. If you really want to win, you're chasing that ghost car in front of you, not what's in the rear view mirror. So my comment there is, worry a little bit less about competition. Focus a little bit more on the customer. Your customer, if they're truly the best, they will keep you informed if your price is too high or too low. They'll tell you outright. My opinion, focus on that ghost car in front of you. You're the driver. You're the owner. You know how fast you should be running. You know how good you should be. Worry less about competitors. Okay. Can you send us this presentation? Yes, it'll be downloadable on the San Diego Chamber of Commerce website. So don't worry, I got your back there. Then here's another one this is from Karen. Code existing customers ABC by spend and frequency to start. Use their profiles to target others. I love it. That's a great recommendation and a great answer. Okay, is there any other live questions while we're on with a little time left in this session? Appreciate the comment there, Patricia. Actually, you can thank my art and creative team. They're the ones that made them, like the cool graphics and the whole matrix kind of look to things. Yeah. And my viewpoints, I'm very opinionated. So you can always count on me to have a view on things. And you said you'd love to know more about websites. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe that's good to know. We can plan. I believe there's a session that is going to be on SEO, but your comment might be, what's about, host clients that are out there? How do you make updates, changes, themes, the different coding, all these things? Maybe that'll be a future session. So can you share the topics that you'll be presenting in the future? Yes. Oh, that's good. So Lisa and I had an offline conversation. We are thinking about a deep dive into social media, getting more into, for example, it could be intimidating for many, like social ad promotion, like using the Facebook Business Manager or other types of promoting content, which is called paid content or boosting posts. This is a way that you could take your top posts after 30 days and get them in front of larger audiences, or pay to get them in front of larger audiences. That's one topic, so social. The other topic would be about web design and a lot of the contemporary techniques that are out there. And I might even recruit a few guest stars to work with me on that session. So I have something good cooking on that. And I see, Patricia, you are a fan of that social media. I love it. I can be contacted either through the website of 3stepsforward.com. You can email actually Shane Moscow at 3stepsforward.com or myself directly, which is Douglas Younger at 3stepsforward.com. It's a lot of 3stepsforward.com. But we're accessible. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook. I'm on the social media channel of your choice. I'll give you kudos if you reach out that way too. Okay, and I see that, Patricia, you need a good web designer. Well, I definitely have a few ideas for you on that one. So let's definitely connect. Very good. Okay, any other questions or topics that are out there? What an awesome audience. So first of all, I thank all of you. I kept it right at 30 minutes on the dot there. You can see 11:33. We started at 11:03. But I know that Lisa, you got to move the groups on. So I appreciate everybody's time and attention. And if you want to get in contact, please, I'd love to answer any questions and give you any advice. Be safe, healthy, and keep that glass half full. That's the American way. We're winners here. We're winners here. We're going to get through all this. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.